everyone, this is Vaishnavi going to tell you something about the incredible history of India's geography. If someone asked you to point out where India is on the world map, you'd probably do it in a jiffy. There it is, jutting into the Indian Ocean with Sri Lanka forming a teardrop beneath its landmass. The image is a very familiar one. But what if you're told that the Indian subcontinent was not always located where it is today, that it was once attached to Africa and Madagascar? This is a fairly new discovery. For a long time, till the early 20th century, people thought that continents were fixed land masses. But in 1912, a geologist called Alfred Wegener came up with a theory of continental drift. Continental drift is the movement of the continents across the ocean bed. Now don't look at your feet to see if you are moving. This drifting happens very slowly over hundreds of millions of years. Wegener expanded on his idea in his book The Origin of Continents and Oceans, which was published in 1915. He argued that the present continents all came from one single landmass that later drifted apart. While this sounded strange to people at that time, it explained why the world map looks like a jigsaw puzzle with different countries and continents appearing like they would fit into each other. These countries are far apart, but their outlines seem like they could be joined together. It nearly took 50 years for Wegener's argument to be scientifically proved. In the late 50s and 60s, a great deal of new geological data established what Wegener had suspected. The Earth's crust is a patchwork of plates, and these plates are moving related to each other. This led to the modern theory of plate tectonics. Here is how scientists believed it all happened. A billion years ago, there was a supercontinent called Rodinia. It was probably located south of the equator, but we are still not sure about its exact shape or size. This supercontinent broke up around 750 million years ago, and the various species, that is, continents, began to drift apart. This period is loosely called the Precambrian period. There were only single cell organisms like bacteria alive then. While all of this was happening, the continental landmasses began to reassemble and about 270 million years ago fused into a new supercontinent called Pangaea. How did the new world look? As you can see, the Indian Cretan is wedged between Africa, Madagascar, Antarctica and Australia. It was first split into a northern continent called Laurasia and a southern continent called Gondwana. You might have heard of Gond tribe of central India. Well, this is where the name comes from. It is believed that first India, Antarctica and Madagascar separated from Africa around 158 million years ago, and then 130 million years ago India and Madagascar separated from Antarctica. Around 90 million years ago, India separated from Madagascar and drifted steadily northwards towards Asia. As this happened, the land masses passed over the Reunion hotspot, causing an outburst of volcanic activity. This hotspot is currently under the island of Reunion in the Indian Ocean, and the eruptions it caused then, mostly in the Western Ghats near Mumbai, created the Deccan Traps. With this ends the story of India. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.